रोहित, कितने रजिस्ट्रेशन है इसमें? रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर पता है तेरे को?
This is AV1. For students who are absent due to physical or mental health,
Hi Rohit, hi there. So sorry, I forgot. This is a new interface.
Yes. Hi, Dhiraj. Good evening.
Good evening. हमने रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया.
मॉर्निंग में तो 32 बोला था विवेक ने.
That's it.
हाँ, तो पुराने वाले जितने भी थे ना उनको भी हमने इसमें इनवाइट किए हैं.
The new page is not helping.
यस.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Good evening to all of you. Thank you all of you for joining in today, especially sparing this evening uh, to know more about AV1. I know it must have been a long, busy day for all of you, and taking out time for such a session would be difficult, but appreciate you being here, joining us today, and we would be very happy to engage with you today and talk about something amazing that we are looking to launch. This is the AV1 robot launch webinar. AV1 keeps students connected to school even when they can't be physically present. It's a unique solution coming in all the way from Norway, and we will be talking about this in this session. I am Dhiraj Trakru. I am the founding director of Neutral Training as well as India Market Entry. And we will be talking about AV1, a unique solution for schools, for students, for teachers to keep engaging the students as they are. Innovative solution that we are going to present today. We'll be very happy to engage with you, entertain all your questions and queries. And we would request you to put your questions and queries in the chat as and when they come up. At the same time, we do have a dedicated slot towards the end of this session for Q&A. We'll be happy to engage with you then as well. You'll be able to unmute yourself, have a chat with us, and discuss any question, any doubts you might have around this solution that we are bringing up. So without further ado, let me start by talking about the solution that we are bringing today. This session is brought to you by Neutral Trainings, our dedicated platform for professional development in education. Whether you're a teacher, a school leader, an education reseller, or a consultant, this webinar has something important for you. So let's begin and talk about this. Before we dive into it, I would love to know who is in the room today. Let me launch a quick poll. And second, who is in this session today? Are you a teacher, a school representative, leader, education consultant, education solution provider? We would love to understand who you are, what is your background. That way we'll be able to customize this session and we'll be able to give you information that is the most relevant for your context. Thank you for answering those questions. I see some of you are still on the fence. We would love to engage with you in this session. So please, if you can see the poll that is currently popping up, choose an option. If you're not able to, you can see the screen. Please choose an option in the chat. Right. I request all of you to please contribute to this poll. It will help us to customize this session for you. So we see majority of the teachers join in today in this session. Thank you so much for joining us. This is especially very important as a new solution in the market. Very important for us to get your feedback and understand how you can benefit from such a solution. It would be amazing to have a chat with all of you teachers there. All right, let's move forward. So let me introduce, Here we go. So let me start by telling you about the company behind AV1. No Isolation is the Norwegian technology company founded in 2015, has headquarters in Oslo. Their mission is powerful yet very simple. Ensure no child is excluded from education due to circumstances beyond their control. Think about that for a moment. Child who might be battling with serious illnesses or recovering from a serious accident, teenager dealing with severe anxiety, or children who just wants to learn but cannot be in the classroom for whatever reason there is, and wants to be with the friends, but circumstances won't allow. So no isolation was built to address exactly this gap. And AV1 is their flagship product. Let me share some numbers with you. AV1 is currently deployed in over 19 countries with more than about 5,000 robots currently in use and over 100,000 plus classroom sessions delivered. Schools, education authorities, governments around the world trust this solution. It's used across UK, Germany, France, Scandinavia, and now we are bringing this to India. And we are incredibly proud to be official partners and bringing this technology to India through India market entry and neutral trainings. As we talk about this, we want to ask you a pretty straightforward question. And I'm not going to launch a poll for this. I would request all of you to put your answers in the chat, whether you choose the number or choose the sentence. That'll be amazing. What usually happens when a student is absent for weeks in your context? What does it happen? What happens? Does the teacher send notes or homeworks? Does the parent arrange private tutoring? Student try to catch up later? They miss important classroom interaction? Any other thing that happens when a student is absent for weeks? You as an educator, as a school leader, I'm sure you have dealt with this and you deal with this almost daily. So what usually happens when a student is absent for weeks? Do they miss all of the classroom interaction? Do they try to catch up later? Do parents arrange private tutoring? I would request all of you to please contribute to this poll and answer in the chat. I can see already answers coming in. All four, yes. 2 and 3, yes. Absolutely, I would request rest of you also sitting on the fence, please contribute to this poll. We would be just asking questions that is completely your objective answer. There is no right or wrong answer here. 2 and 3, okay. Thank you, Shilpa, for answering. 2 and 3, Sonia is also answering the same. All right. Parents arrange private tutoring, students try to catch up later. Absolutely. Majority of you are typing in all 4. Absolutely. We believe all of this is true. Any other thing that happens which we might be missing from these options, we would love to know. Right. Thank you so much for contributing and engaging with us for this poll. Appreciated. And this is exactly why we are bringing this solution to India. This is why exactly we are bringing this robot to India. Let me introduce you to AV1. AV1 is a classroom telepresence robot. But I want you to forget the word robot for a moment. Think of AV1 as a student's presence in the classroom. It is their eyes, their ears, and their voice sitting right at the desk while they are at home or elsewhere. Here's what AV1 allows an absent student to do. See the classroom in real time, hear the teacher and classmates, participate in lessons by speaking up, asking questions, raising their hand, and perhaps most importantly, stay socially connected to friends and their class community. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This is not an online learning, not a hybrid teaching. This is real classroom participation. The teacher changes nothing. They teach as they always do. AV1 simply allows the absent student to be a part of that experience. Research from Norwegian schools shows that when students used AV1, they interacted more with classmates, teachers, and felt less isolated and had lower anxiety about returning to school. This is not just a technology product, this is a well-being intervention. Now, I want to showcase very quickly a short video before I show you the real robot about AV1.
This is AV1. For students who are absent due to physical or mental health, AV1 is the next best thing to being in school. Using AV1 couldn't be easier. AV1's shoulders turn solid white to tell you it's connected to the internet and ready. The student then connects via the free AV1 app, entering their secret code to access. When they do, AV1's head rises and the head and eyes light up. AV1 now represents the student in class. A live stream allows them to see, hear and speak in their own voice in real time. So teachers don't need to adapt their teaching style. The student can rotate their view and move the head up and down to follow along with the lesson. Participate and react by changing the expressions on the robot's eyes from neutral to sad to happy to confused. If they want to ask or answer a question, they can virtually raise their hand, making the light on AV1's head flash green. Or if they're feeling too unwell, they can just observe. To disconnect, the student simply presses the hang up button and the robot's eyes will disappear. Teachers can feel secure knowing that only one student can access AV1 at any one time, and that terms of use are in place. The live stream is fully encrypted, not stored anywhere, and cannot be connected to another screen or display. And it's not possible to take screenshots or recordings from the AV1 app. No personal data of the student or anyone in the class is collected. If power drops below 25%, a red flashing light will remind you to plug in. You can safely charge AV1 overnight. You can also leave AV1 on charge during streaming. And use the AV1 admin portal to manage setup and day-to-day monitoring of all robots at your school. When the learning moves, so does AV1, using the carry handle. And with both Wi-Fi and 4G capability, and its own special backpack, the student can connect through AV1 even outside of lessons, ensuring every child can stay connected when they are absent, learn from their own teachers, and belong in the school community.
That was a short video about AV1. I'm sure it does a great job at explaining very simply what the robot is, essentially. So let me just show you the robot. If you can see me right now, I would like you to look at this. This is the AV1 robot. You can see the size of it. It can stay at the desk. It can rotate 360 degrees. And I'll talk about the features in a little bit. But this is a robot. It is lighting up now. And because it's not connected to a student at the moment, it's not lighting up, but this is how it's, this is switched on. This is the AV1. You've got the camera here at the face. You've got the speaker that makes sure it is aligned. Right. This is the AV1 robot that we are bringing to India. All right, perfect. Let's move on to our presentation. So I want to talk about some of the key features. First of all, one-way video. The student at home will be able to see the entire classroom through AV1's camera. But here's what's special about this. The class cannot see the student. This is deliberate privacy design when maybe a child is unwell, perhaps recovering from an illness. The last thing is that they want to be on a display. AV1 removes that pressure completely. Number two, two-way audio. The students can speak, ask questions, and have real-time conversations, just as naturally as if they were sitting in the room. Number three, 360-degree movement. The student can control the robot remotely from their phone, tablet, looking around the room to see the board, the teacher, or a friend sitting next to them. Number four, LED eyes. This is one of my favorite features. AV1 has LED eyes that can show emotions. Happy, confused, tired, sad. It's a form of non-verbal communication that lets the teacher and classmates know how the student is feeling without a single word being spoken. Number five is the raise hand feature. As you saw in the video, it is exactly like raising your hand. The teacher notices, calls on them, and class continues. Then there is a passive mode. Let's say the student is not able to interact but still wants to listen. They can switch AV1 to passive mode, indicating by a blue light. The student is present, listening, absorbing, even on their toughest days. AV1 weighs only about 1.5 kilograms. Literally, classmates can carry it between classes to cafeteria, even outdoors. It is 5G, 4G, Wi-Fi enabled, so it works in any school environment anywhere. It already comes with a 5G activated internet connection in India, and the battery literally lasts for the entire full day. Critically, it's built with privacy and security at its core. So no recording is possible. The live stream is end-to-end encrypted, and the screenshot protection is built in. Think about what this means from a safeguarding perspective, especially for school leaders and parents in India. Data privacy and child safety are non-negotiable. AV1 was designed exactly for those concerns in mind. So I want to move to the next quick question, quick check-in. Now that you have seen what AV1 can do, what impressed you the most? Was it the real-time classroom participation? The fact that it is teacher-friendly with no teaching changes required? The way it supports student inclusion during absence, or the child safety and privacy feature? We would love to hear from you. And I would request all of you to please contribute in the chat by answering with the numbers. That will be amazing. All right. So thank you so much, Sonia and Shilpa. You've answered this question. And I would request all of you who are sitting on the fence to please answer this. Absolutely. Students feel included during their absence. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering. Please, I would request everyone to please contribute. You have sat through the session so far, and I would request you to please choose one of the options that makes the most sense in your context. Real-time classroom participation. Ajit sir, thank you so much for sharing that feedback. Student inclusion during absence, absolutely. Farah has chosen teacher-friendly, no teaching changes, absolutely yes. Yep. Request all of you to please contribute. This is very valuable piece of information that you're sharing with us. Real-time classroom participation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for being such a sport and contributing to this poll. And it is great to see that these are some of the features that were intentionally built and you like those. We appreciate your feedback. Amazing to see that. So I want to talk to first the teachers because we saw they are in majority. And I know you're thinking, every new technology that comes into the school really creates more work, more training, more disruption, more screens to manage. AV1 actually is the opposite of that, right? And when AV1 is in your classroom, you change nothing about how you teach. You don't set up a hybrid class. You don't share your screen. You don't create separate content. You teach exactly as you always do. AV1 simply ensures that your absent student is present for it. That's exactly what you want. Globally, teachers have reported students stay more connected. Absent students especially follow lessons in real time without needing to catch up later. No extra workload, no hybrid setup, no changes to lesson plans, classroom flow remains smooth. Teaching continues naturally without disruption. And actually, when the student does come back to school, reintegration is dramatically easier because they haven't missed the rhythm of the classroom. Actually, one teacher in Germany described AV1 as simply enabling pupils who cannot attend to participate in social life and learning. That's it. No complexity, just connection. And let me now also talk to school leaders and administrators. There were few in the room. Why actually the schools are adopting, around the world are adopting AV1? It really comes down to four key things: academic continuity, student well-being, parents trust and confidence, and number four, inclusive learning environment. Let me try to contextualize this for India specifically. We have really intense board exam pressure. Student missing even 2 weeks of class in grade 10 or 12 can feel like a crisis. There's a growing national focus on student well-being, and NEP 2020 explicitly emphasizing inclusive education and technology-enabled learning. Parents today expect holistic student support. They're not choosing schools for results, they're choosing schools that care. So AV1 positions your school as a school leader in student inclusion. It's not just a product purchase, it's a statement of values, especially for school leaders. Now, for those of you who have joined in as education consultants, solution providers to institution, let me tell you why AV1 should be in your portfolio. It's a first of its kind solution in India. There is literally no other structured product in India market that addresses extended student absence. That's the white space, your differentiation. Second, AV1 gives you direct access to school leadership. This is not a conversation about software license, LMS platform, books. This is a conversation about student inclusion, well-being, and care. Number three, it elevates your entire product portfolio. Most education solution providers carry curriculum and so on and so forth. AV1 adds a well-being option. It shifts your positioning. You start being a trusted advisor for innovation in schools, and that's a relationship that lasts. In the education sector today, schools are increasingly prioritizing well-being. Demand for inclusive solution is absolutely growing, and with very few solutions like these, that address student absence directly, this is the opportunity to bring, a global proven solution to your school network. And to be very honest, how does AV1 actually work in the school? 3-step process. Step 1, AV1 takes the student's seat. The school places the robot on the absent student's desk. To the classmate, it's their friend's presence in the room. They talk to it, they carry it between classes, they include it at lunch, in school, around the world. The classmates have embraced AV1 naturally. Step 2, the child connects from home, from wherever they are, from a relative's house, maybe from their hometown, anywhere where there is an internet connection. The student opens the AV1 app on their phone or tablet. One tap, they are in the classroom. That's it. No complex setup. No IT support needed. Number 3, class continues together. Student sees the classroom through AV1's 360-degree camera. They hear the teacher. They raise their hand. They whisper to their friend sitting next to them. And the teacher changes nothing. Think about how powerful that is. No technology training for teachers, no infrastructure overall, no disruption to the school day, just a small robot on the desk, connecting the child to everything that they are missing. So what next? If anything in this session has resonated with you, I'd love to continue the conversation with you guys. Here's how. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link. We're just dropping in the chat. My colleague will shortly drop in. It will take you to a short form where you can schedule a one-to-one conversation with me or my team. Whether you're a school exploring AV1 for your students, a teacher who wants to understand how it works in your classroom, a partner looking to add this to your portfolio, we are here to support you. We are also offering pilot opportunities for early adopter schools in India. If you would like to be among the first schools in the country to deploy AV1, this is your chance. So I'd request you to click on that link, scan the QR code, either of the two, register your interest, and have that one-to-one conversation with us. There's absolutely no investment required for the schools in the robot. We have found a very flexible way for the schools to adapt this and offer this to their pupils, to the students, to the parents. I'll give you a couple of seconds there, a couple of minutes to fill in the form. Please let us know if you are facing difficulties doing that. We are here to help you. There's a link in the chat. There's a QR code on the screen. You can choose either of them and go to the link and show interest in knowing more. You can have one-to-one chat, have a quick discussion, learn about your institution, learn about your classroom, and how can this be implemented within your school context, absolutely for no cost. We'll be very happy to share that information with you. As far as those of you who have joined in for a participation certificate, if you've already filled the form, that's great. If not, my colleague is going to just now share a link in the chat once again. Now, this is the second link. Remember, this is exactly for participation certificate. Please make sure you fill in your name exactly how you want it to appear on this certificate. Fill in your name exactly how you want it to appear on the certificate. Click on that link, fill in the form, and you'll receive your certificate within 24 hours. Appreciate all of you joining in. I will now enable you to unmute yourself. And if there are any questions or queries you have, I'm here to answer them. Any questions, queries around this, please feel free to share. Some of the common questions that we get asked is, will this work with Indian school infrastructure? What about internet connectivity? So all of the AV1 robots are 5G enabled and have internet connectivity built in. So you don't have to worry about connectivity issues at all. The network access is already there. And if you have Wi-Fi within your school, it can connect to the Wi-Fi network also. So we do get asked, what does the robot cost? How can we procure it? You don't have to procure it. It comes on a need basis model where there is no cost. It comes on a model where there is a requirement for a student who may be missing the classroom for a week. Maybe they're going away with family. They have an urgent issue that needs to be resolved, and the kid cannot be in the classroom for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. The parent would essentially rent this, and school will provide this as an option to the parent if they want to rent it. They would rent this on weekly basis directly from us, and we will place the robot in the classroom, and there'll be a support person that will be tagging along. Alicia, if you're asking for a school contest, zero cost. Basically, parents will rent it for their own students. How it will help in preschool? Yeah, for the younger age groups, it can be challenging, but we generally recommend this solution from primary school onwards, from 6 to 18. How it will help in government schools? It's the same use case, but of course, we're talking about a model where the parent is renting. So you have to consider the fact that whether they will be able to afford this solution. Rent costs, we'll be happy to share, understand your use case and context, and our team can share with you the rent costs. How much will it cost? which school, which area you are from. We have fleet managers, fleet management partners all across the country. If you're interested in looking at this solution, we will be happy to share the cost. You don't have to buy the robot. For a school use case scenario or a classroom use case scenario, you don't have to buy the robot. It's the parent's choice to rent it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, for a month. We'll be happy to share the prices. Once you have registered interest, we can talk about the model that you can get into. Even for partners, we essentially become fleet management partners and become a part of the system service offering to the schools. Hi, Alicia. Yes. Yes, Shweta, thank you so much. So kind of you. Do let us know if they're interested. There's no cost at the school's end. We'll be happy to demonstrate and discuss further. Do we have a classroom record in it? I'm not sure how to address that question. Basically, I've not understood the question very well. There is no recording. This is streaming, encrypted streaming. The student will be able to be present just like any other classroom. You don't record the classroom and give it to the students. They are there in the classroom. They will interact with you as a student. They will interact with their peers, their colleagues, their friends in the classroom, but there are no recordings. It does not have that feature. It does not allow recording. In fact, it does not allow taking any screenshots either. Screenshots are locked. Alicia, the rent costs will be shared with you based on your context, your use case. So I'd request you to show interest in the form, and we'll get in touch with you and have a chat with you and understand your use case based on which we can talk about rentals. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. We are here. You can also unmute yourself and interact with us. Happy to do so.
ఇక్కడ మా దగ్గర అయితే ఉల్టా పల్టా వేసినారు.
Any questions, any queries, please feel free to ask. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being present and interacting with us. This was lovely. We did a short one this time. Next time around, we would also bring in a use case, demonstrate the product, and talk a little bit more about this next month. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining in. Appreciate you sparing time and spending, your precious family time with us. Appreciate you joining in. Have a great evening. Thank you so much. Take care.